They say in this business, you need nerves of steel, split-second decisions. They say you can't be slow. I say, they haven't met me, the sloth father. Some people, they wake up in a panic, glued to the news, hearts racing. Me, I take my time. A good day of trading, it doesn't start with a sprint. It starts with the perfect cup of coffee, slow brewed, of course. Then I make my way to my study. This is my sanctuary, my kingdom. This is where the magic happens. Now, you might think a sloth like me would be at a disadvantage. The market moves fast, right? Fortunes made and lost in a blink. That's true. But the biggest enemy in this game isn't the market. It's you. It's the panic, the greed, the fear. It's the emotion. And that's a problem I solved a long, long time ago. I sit down, take a deep breath. I don't stare at the charts until my eyes burn. I simply turn on my Gamma X tools and make them an offer they can't refuse. I tell them what I'm looking for, the perfect setup. I've done my homework, you see. The slow, patient analysis, that's my edge. Then I let my guys, my digital capos, take the wheel. I watch as the Gamma X tools identify the entry. Flawless. They enter the trade with a precision I appreciate. No hesitation, no second guessing. They do the hard work. They manage the position, sticking to the plan we laid out. My hands, they're clean. My emotions, they're on vacation. I just sit back, enjoy my coffee, and let the professionals handle the heavy lifting. And just like that, the trade is closed. Clean, respectable profit for the day. No stress, no drama. It's just a beautiful result. But you see, the market respects one thing above all, a solid plan executed without emotion. And with Gamma X, that's exactly what you get. It's not about being the fastest. It's about being the smartest. It's about having the right family on your side. If you enjoyed this little glimpse into my world, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the family. There's plenty more to come. Ciao.
Good morning, everybody. All right. So let's see what we've got going today. I need to fix my ninja charts. Hold on. There we go. For some reason, it is telling me that it can't. Oh, we're up. Okay. Oh, excuse me. There's, there we go. Turn that off. All right. Well, we got our stream deck set up today, guys and gals, so we can have a little bit of extra fun. Get everything set up here. All right. So yesterday in YM, we went and we touched all-time highs, and we've just fallen off. It wasn't a big reversal, so we may very well go up and break that today. Earnings. We do have earnings coming out this afternoon after the market session. I believe it is Tesla. Yes, Tesla is post-market. Netflix came out yesterday after the market closed. Also, Visa was supposed to come out yesterday sometime. Um, Tesla's definitely going to make a difference in Q. and ES. Uh, so may see a gap up or gap down on Thursday morning. Then we have Microsoft post market Thursday, and then Procter and Gamble, which will affect the YM pre-market on Friday. So let's end the week with some volatility and get out of this little rut we've been in. It would be nice. So we got a little bit before the open, about 24 more minutes. So I am going to go take a quick break and I will be right back.
Hey, DJ! Hey, DJ! Hey DJ.
All right, everybody. Uh, we are back. So let's see what's going on. Looking at our trading view charts here, um, we've got a pretty big low volume shelf here that has held up uh, quite a bit on the bottom of the range. We have another shelf up here at the top of the range. Kind of like to see, which one of those is going to break. Are we going to come down to the 200, or are we just going to wait for the 200 to get to us? Um, with Tesla's earnings coming out tonight, I'm not exactly sure what to expect out of the market today, if anything. But we will be ready to trade. Uh, we are on our Legends 100K account that we have profit in, so we're not going to be taking any trades we shouldn't be. We're definitely going to wait for right setups. And over on Ninja, we are going to be trading the Legends account that we have a small profit in, 18. And let's go ahead and get our bot set up for that. Okay. And that was on 13. Okay. Generator, generator on 13, and apply those. All right. Just make sure that was 13. No, that was 18. Shit. Okay. Strategies. Remove 18. Oh, let me get. I gotta check my Stream Deck out. For some reason, it's not letting me pull up the Ninja charts. I have to go in and manually do it. So, Ninja, there we go. Now everybody can see what's going on. So we'll add the bot onto account number 18, generator on account 18, apply. Okay, just make sure one more time that we got everything right. Yep, that is the one we want to be trading over here. All right, so we'll turn on the bot, turn on the generator, and you'll notice again that generator is kind of off on its own. So all we have to do is turn the bot on and off, and generator gets lined up with everything there. So we'll go in and choose YM. Let's see, we are on minis, so we're going to do 7 for the first target. Actually, we're going to do, let's see, we're going to do 10, ooh, not 100, not 100. 10 for the first target, and we'll do 10 for the second target. All right, so that will be 10 points at $100 per point. Nope, we're not going to do that. Let's see, 12.50, 12.50 is 25, so it's $50 a point. 10 points would be $500. So yeah, let's go 5 and 5. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. And we'll apply those settings. Okay. So the bot's ready. Let's just turn generator on so we can get our signals. Okay. Apply those settings. All right, it has found the signals, so we are good to go. There, we are in a narrow state on the 15-minute and or on the 5-minute and on the 1-minute. So we'll see what happens here. We did just sweep this high, and we are coming back down below the 21, but the 9 is not in order yet. So we did go up and touch the all-time highs yesterday. Then we've kind of just fallen off a bit. We'll have to see how that holds up. And let me go into Stream Deck and see if I can't figure out why I am not getting Ninja pulled up. Ninja, scene, Ninja. There we go. Okay. That very well may have been it. So, pull up OBS, go to Trading View, go to Ninja. There we go. All right. We're good. Let's see. So we want to keep that up. Flip it down. There we go. All right. So we're going to bring up our 1-minute chart here so we can watch for deviations. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Yeah, starting to get a little push down here. Turn automations on. We are still in our 15-minute range. On TradingView, we've got this 15-minute range that we've created. So just kind of looking to see what we do there. We are inside of the morning's profile. We're just going to switch this over to a 5-minute chart as well. And see where that volume is at. Okay. Well, we made a double top here. We've got some liquidity to pull from the downside as well, which we may do. 087, which would be about 120 points to the downside. If we decide to go sweep that liquidity down there. Get our breakfast going here. Muscle milk. stuff. Just touch the bottom of the value area low there. So we also had yesterday's value area low and yesterday's value area high, which means a lot of trading was done up there at the all-time highs for the value area to be pushed up there. So we will see what happens there. Well, there we go. The market is open, and we just went and swept all those lows. I gotta just kind of wait because that was a big pullback. Off of that candle. Let's see if that candle finishes strong or if it pulls back up. We're going to give at least a 1-minute filter on this. To see if there's going to be some follow through on that short entry. I want to wait and see what this 1-minute candle is going to do here. Let's see what the 1-hour candles are doing here. Okay, so we are down at the midline of this fair value gap. I think we could go and rebalance that. I'm going to throw in a short here. So I think we might want to rebalance this fair value gap a little bit. There's our first target, which is nice. We are now trailing. Let's see if we can't go down and hit that second target. Rebalance this gap. We have hit a 5-minute order block here, but we are kind of violently moving to the downside, so we may be able to get through this order block to rebalance the 1-hour. There's a little bit of a fight there. Our trailing stop is in profit. Let's see if we can. Okay, that's fine. Not a big trade. We're going to go ahead and go back into the Autobot here. That was definitely too small of a size. So we're going to go 10 here and 10 here, and we'll just apply those settings. And kind of wait and see. I think a rebalance will be normal here. So gonna kind of, I got about 2 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in another short entry here. I would like to see this 1-hour rebalanced, and we could at least hit first target. Okay, first target hit. We're on trailing now. That gave us $100. That's more like what I want to see there. And let's see if we can't, since we've taken some orders out of this 5-minute order block here, let's see if we can't get through it now. All right, trailing stop is in profit, so it's a risk-free trade at this point. did come back up and touch the 9 minute there, so I would like to see this just kind of push through this 5 minute gap here without stopping us out again. The rebalance of that is right down at 4,700. So I'm going to pull this up, front run that just a little bit. Oh, no, we did. Okay. And we did get through that fair value gap. And since our stop is trailing, we're just going to leave it be. We're going to give it that 40 ticks to kind of move around a little bit. Hopefully we can get down there. I know it's close to that 47,000. Nope, that's going to take us out again, but hey.
Here comes the money.
All right, 2 winners in a row this morning. Would have been nice to have that set up the right way. We have not taken a trade on uh, all right, so we haven't taken a trade yet. We just hit value area low from yesterday. So this would be a good place to take a long if we see any kind of reversal. If we do break through that, we do have some levels down below us to look at. Let's see, I think that one is, yeah, okay. All right, I am going to take a started long position here on TradingView. I'm going to put my stop just below this low since that is the value area low from yesterday. And I know we haven't quite rebalanced this fair value gap, so I'm going to pull my stop down just below the $47,000 mark. I'd like to see if we can get a bounce back up to the 21 here on this, although we are in a pretty strong downturn, both on, yeah, that was, you know what, I really don't like that. I know that there's a value area, but that was a good elephant candle on the 5 minute as well. And that's going to be an elephant candle on the 15, but we are coming also down to the 15-minute 200. So just going to kind of watch that a little bit. I'm okay with long here. It's not the best setup just because we haven't rebalanced that 1 hour gap yet. And we can see that 1 hour gap over here on the Ninja chart that we just didn't quite rebalance, but there's nothing saying we have to rebalance that, okay? So we will just kind of wait and see on that and see what happens. So we'll switch back over to Trading View so you can see this trade. I may add to it. I may get out of it early. Trading View doesn't have the Gamma X tools, so I trade manually on Trading View, whereas we do have the bot on Ninja. Now this morning obviously was two manual entries, simply because I knew I wasn't going to get, we got the bullish bearish continuation candle here, which if we had let the bot run at the open, because that was 9:29, we turned it on at like 9:27, 9:28, which I do sometimes. That certainly would have caught that trade and took it all the way down. Now it would have stopped us out, obviously, on the first trade in profit, like it did still, but we probably would have gotten a little bit bigger of a trade there, I think. But I knew we weren't going to get a signal since we just had that, and we had to break these lows to actually get another signal, which we got our continuation down here, which was on this bar here, so it would have got us in at 044. We would have hit our first target, but again, not our second target. So not hitting that second target is kind of predictable in the mornings, just simply because um, it is so volatile. Price is going to move back and forth like that. What I'm really looking for is to hit that first target and lock in that $100, and then letting the trailing stop catch whatever it can at that point. So we do have a pretty big 5-minute fair value gap here made off the open, but we don't have a fair value gap made going outside of the 5-minute range yet. We are coming back into yesterday's value area low, or today's value area low. Yesterday's value area low has been broken, so it will go away. But we do still have yesterday's value area high. So if we can stay inside of yesterday's value area from this point, what we should expect is for price to go all the way back up to value area high. Now that's going to be all-time highs. Are we going to, because we made a double top yesterday at the all-time highs, are we going to get there? Well, no one knows. But with Tesla earnings coming out today, I'm not so sure that that would be happening. Okay, so we've moved about 100 and something points off the open to the downside. So I'm kind of still looking for some continuation to the downside. I think maybe we move a little bit lower in preparation for the end of week earnings so that better prices can be had on those earnings statements. Not always the case, but we will have to watch this 5-minute fair value gap. In the middle of that fair value gap is right here at this consolidation, which consolidation areas, once you break through them, usually start becoming support or resistance. So I definitely want to see what happens when we get there. We got a little bit further to go, but we are at the 21 here. We're up $67 on this trade. We did break through the 21, but we need to see it hold above the 21. We are starting to get a little bit of a hook in our 9. So I'm going to move my stop up to this swing low here, looking for that to hold and see if we can't get a bit of a reversal here to go back up. And possibly, well, today's point of control is 47,125. And then we had yesterday's point of control, which is where the overnight stopped at around 47,200. Okay, so we'll just want to keep an eye on that and see what happens. Okay, so we're up $115. We are coming up to VWAP. So I think I'm just going to close this trade at VWAP and see what we do from there. Or actually, looks like we're making a 1 minute gap here. I'm going to go ahead and move my stop into profit. See if we can't get through VWAP. Actually, we'll move that down just a little bit. Let's just make it break even. Yeah, because we want to stay below the 9. We could still come back and touch that 9 again before going up, because the 21 hasn't quite curled up into long position. And if we can get a 21 hold here, does tell me that we're going to go back up above VWAP and the 200. I can definitely add to the trade. So we did not make a fair value gap there. Basically what I'm looking for now is the first 5-minute candle. If we get a fair value gap outside of that range, so let me just throw that range on there. Okay. And we did not get anything going outside. We're going to get stopped out here, break even, and that's fine. Because basically what I'm looking for is a 1 minute fair value gap that moves outside of the first 5-minute range. I'm going to turn shorts on because we're about to get a signal here. We are breaking back below the 9. And again, I am kind of looking for some lower pricing from that big elephant bar off of the 5 and the 1. What did we get there? Okay, we're coming back down to the 15, so we would probably need to break through the 15 to have a good trade here. Well, I had automation turned off. Look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and just enter a short manually here. I forgot to turn the automation back on when I turned the bot back on. Let's see if we can't get back below value area low. We did come back up pretty close to today's value area. We are below point of control at this point. So, we could definitely see some lower pricing here. All we really need to do is retest these bottoms to hit our first target and then see what we can get from there. So our 1 hour is in the right direction. The 1 hour 200 is quite a ways down. But the 9 and the 21 and VWAP are all pointing in the right direction now for shorts. The 5-minute is in alignment for shorts, and the 1 minute is also in alignment for shorts. So that is why we are taking a short. We are going to be getting some, a little bit of resistance here because we are still in this 1 hour fair value gap. And to invert that fair value gap would definitely become some resistance from the top side. So not sure if that's going to happen. If it does, we could still get back through it on some good news. we still haven't made any fair value gaps to the downside that closed outside of the range. And we are having a little bit of a problem trying to get outside of today's value area low and yesterday's value area low that we broke through. So just kind of looking, at least hit that first target. Okay, we got our first target. And a few more ticks and our stop will be at break even. And let's just give our break even button. No, we can't move a trailing stop in the bot. Okay. I'll see if Doug can change that. It's not a huge deal because even if it came back after hitting the first target, we wouldn't lose all of that $100 in profit. Okay. Still waiting for a fair value gap that closes outside of the first 5-minute range. Then this could be it here. We've made a small gap here. If this 1-minute candle closes and creates that gap, then we can take another, we could take another short here on TradingView. I'm a little hesitant with that as we are coming up to the rebalance on the 60-minute chart of this fair value gap. And it doesn't look like, yeah, it's still going to close outside of range. Well, no fair value gap, never mind. So that's going to take our trailing stop out. Boom, 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 and we are out of that trade. So we are out of the trade on Ninja. Apologies for not having that trade up, but we did just get stopped out on our trailing stop there. We're up $437 on that account, and honestly, that account, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just what says total P&L 342. So what did I say? 437. That would be $90 in commissions. I don't think so. Let me see what this says. Yeah, see, this is our account balance. Is it? Okay, yeah, 601. So, yeah, okay. I guess that would be about right. All right. So, we'll see at the end of the day. I mean, even $342, that's fine. If we get into a little better of a position, um, and the only reason I say I'm not in a good position here is that 1 hour fair value gap that we are currently in. I want to see if we actually close below it and invert it, and then see what happens from there. And just kind of keep watching these value area levels. Yeah, so we're right back down at yesterday's value area low again, and still kind of rejecting off of that. These are the areas this area I'm wanting to watch. We've pushed today's value area low down into this area. But kind of wanting to see, where's the volume profile there? Well, there's not any real deep low volume nodes there, but it does get kind of thin down in this area. Again, if we look at the 1 hour, if we do break back, oops, that's the wrong way to do that. Um, if we do break this gap and we come down for this low here, um, I could definitely see that. We've had a good run up on the 1 hour chart. We made a double top, so we could invert this gap, come down to this one, or even come all the way back down to uh, the 1 hour 200. Um, that would be about a 500 or 600 point move on the day. So um, could very well, but we're also going to be coming into this 1 hour consolidation up here or down here, which could very well turn into uh, support, right? So we have a nice big order block right here on the 1 hour, which we could very well come down and get into that order block. Uh, we'll just have to see. In fact, it looks like it's heading that way. Um, hmm, um, kind of wondering. Okay, we are down below yesterday's value area low. So let's see what happens if we retest that. This would be another 5 minute fair value gap that actually closes outside of the range. Um, and actually we had this tiny fair value gap there. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and turn on a short. I'm going to start a short here. I'm going to put our stop above the rebalance. We did have a rebalance there as well. Um, looking for that rebalance to hold. Okay, we're creating the rebalance now. Looking for that rebalance to hold. Okay, we got our rebalance. We will put our stop above the rebalance and above the 1 minute 9. And look for that to hold again if we come up to it. Because we do have, where did we make it? Right here. And that closed outside of range. We actually probably should have been, uh, we should have been in that trade up there. We would already be in profit. So actually my stop is going to go back above the 5 minute range in case we want to come and retest that range. Okay, there's our fall down a little bit. Let's see if we can hit that first target. We are into another 5 minute fair value gap here. Okay, trailing stop hasn't started, so I'm going to reduce our risk on this trade a little bit. That was a color change off of the 9, so I would expect to see some lower pricing down here. Though we do have, again, this uh, this 5 minute fair value gap, which I'm not happy about. I think we might have to give this a little bit of room. Uh, Now, until the trailing stop is kicked in, I can move my stop, okay, um, to reduce risk a little bit. I'm never going to make it wider. The 40 ticks is all I ever want to give it, but I can reduce my risk a little bit on the trade. if I wanted to. Once that trailing stop is kicked in, I can no longer move the trailing stop. It's going to stay where it's going to stay. Um, so we are still fighting. Let's see, that value area low is 47,021. 47,023 is my stop. So I'm going to go just a few more ticks above that value area low from yesterday and see if we can't stay below that. We're still within our 40 tick 40 tick stop. We are coming back up with test to retest that value area low. And in fact, on TradingView, I'm not sure which one I'm on, but I can actually pull my stop down on TradingView to stay up just above that previous day's value area there. So we'll go back to Ninja. We had a trade running on both here. Much smaller size over on TradingView because we are looking for a little bit bigger of a target on there. And I will be happy to add to that trade like I'm going to do now and pull my stop down to just above yesterday's value area low. And let's see if we can't get down a little bit further. It's that midline of this 5-minute gap that is giving us a little bit of an issue here. Hopefully we can get through that. We have gotten through the 1-hour gap. Let's see, that was at 6,991. Yeah, we've gotten through it, but we haven't actually closed below it yet. So we have rebalanced that gap, which could be a little bit of the issue here as well, having some resistance and buyers coming back in at that rebalance. So we'll see if we can hold here. We do just need one more little push off of the 9 here, if we can get it to get us down to our first target on this trade. $47,020 is basically our previous value area low. So we've got our stop just a few points, 7 points above that. I don't mind a little consolidation here, waiting for the 21 to come down. As long as we don't get stopped out, yeah, I would prefer not to get stopped out there. Yeah, we got stopped out on both. Okay. Well, that is what it is. We are pushing back up towards the 5-minute 9. We'll see what happens there. I'm still bearish on the day. That did take away our profits, but we are oh, okay. We're still there. We are coming up onto point of control for the day. And we are coming up on another volume shelf. So I do want to kind of see what kind of speed we pick up here. Looks like we're going to invert this 5-minute fair value gap. I'm going to turn longs on for that reason. And I'm going to go go ahead and get out of this trade on TradingView. 25 seconds left to see if we do invert that 5-minute fair value gap. We did just kind of get into the 5-minute 9 area. Maybe I got out of that trade a little too soon. And we did not invert that 5-minute fair value gap. We'll see in the next 5 minutes what happens here. We will see a trend change on the 1 minute before we do on the 5 minutes. So let's see if we get an SMA halt down here that reverses us back up towards the open. I do have shorts turned back on because we did not invert that gap. We did rebalance it, but we did come off of the 5-minute 9 as well. The 1 hour is looking to be an up candle, so I am going to turn the shorts off for a moment. We just started the new hour, but it is 10 o'clock. We could be getting our 10 o'clock reversal here. The way the 1 hour looks, I mean, I would really love to see us come back to, yeah, I made a set here. Let's see. That is a color change off of the 5-minute 9. So I've entered into another short here. I'm going to pull this target down to these lows. We also, I need it. I just haven't turned it around yet. That's PayPal. I got it. I'm keeping it over here when I close that account. I need your login information. I really don't need the card.
Need what? Login information?
Yeah, for PayPal. Alright, my stop is perfect where I want it there. At that swing high. Coming back up into the midpoint of that down wick. Gotta take a little bit more caution before I get into a short on TradingView. I'm okay with taking this short here, even if it loses. I'm okay with that. We did kind of have a 21 stop there, but it hasn't turned up yet. And the higher time frames are what's giving me the information to go short. We can't really watch the 1 minute all that much, except for like in 1 minute trend to see where we're at there. But we had one push down, we pulled back, we've had a second push down. This is a nice pullback there. I would really like to see this pullback hold and then go down and make new lows again. And get through this 5-minute gap all our way down to the 1 hour 200. we are quite extended from the 1 hour 200. I would like to see it come back just a bit. And this is a good day for that to happen since earnings on Tesla is coming out after market. Um, so we could get, some push down into lower pricing preparing for that earnings report. Okay, so pushing back up into yesterday's value area, low failed. I'm going to go ahead and start another position here, and we're going to keep that stop just above the value area low of yesterday. Let's see if we can't get this pushed down. And I'm going to go ahead and move my stop here to just above break even. Because I would like to see the 21 definitely hold here. Well, not quite to break even, but we're definitely going to reduce our risk here. Let's move this. Trying to find a good spot for it. Let's say that color change there probably would be a good spot for it. And that's above the 9 and the 21. I mean, if we're going to go lower, these SMAs should hold. At this point, since we did have the reversal that made a lower swing high, I would like to see us go and take the swing low, which we did take out a swing low, but I would like to see it take out the actual lows there. Yeah, that's money flows on the way back up. What time is it? Then we got stopped out there. We're at 10:11. I may give this one more shot, and I'm going to turn longs on because we may be getting a 10 o'clock reversal here. We may push through this 5-minute 9 to get back to VWAP. Man, look at that. Let's put our stop above point of control. All right, so yeah, we've started a small short position here. Put our stop above point of control because we have quite a few 5-minute wicks here. And I kind of want to see what happens there. We are getting a halt here. So I am going to set a long here. And we need to go back and retest that swing high. Even after all these nice down candles that got us back below the 21 just could not hold, and buyers have taken control and pushed us back above those SMAs. We are back above the 9 SMA here, so a push back up to VWAP very well could be in the mix, which also means I need to close my short here. We are at point of control. And our trailing stop kicked in because we did take a couple of contracts off there. We just didn't get everything filled. So I would like to see this hold. And I can't move a trailing stop, so if it doesn't hold, we'll just have to restart again. we made a double top there. We just didn't quite get it far enough to get us into taking all of those contracts out. We did just get a color change off the 9. But we do need to push back above the 9 for us to get any traction on this. No. Alright. We're just going to have to wait and see what this consolidation does now. And we are continually trying to push back up into yesterday's value area, which we've done. So I am actually going to switch my bias for longs here. For the 10 o'clock hour reversal. And we are going to be putting our stop down here at value area low. We do have this 5-minute gap up here inside the 5-minute range to deal with. If we do get through that, we'll have to see. It was a good push down for the day. And we do have the rest of that 5-minute gap to get through up here. Okay. So we are pushing up to view up. Damn it. Long entry. Why are you not already in that trade? And I'm okay with that. The stop is good down here. First target is VWAP. That was a nice strong candle through the consolidation's high. And remember, we do have quite a bit of movement from yesterday for us to get through. So we took these lows, swiped that low, we came back, retested, could not make a new low here. So do we go start taking highs now? It's definitely a possibility. Oh, there we go. All right, so we swept all these lows, came down into this 5-minute fair value gap, and we projected off that. We are back inside of value area lows. We're above point of control if we can stay there. The SMAs now have turned up, but this is the trap zone. This is a little bit more precarious of a position to be in. I am going to go ahead and add to the trading view trade, and I'm going to put my stop below yesterday's volume area low. at least until we get back up to this high here, if we get up there, or possibly at least take part of it off at VWAP, which is our first target on NinjaTrader. We are into minis there. But we do need to hold these SMAs. And do need to kind of hold point of control here and hold above it for us to be looking to go back to the top side. Not looking good. Not looking good.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
If we can get a color change off the 21 here, definitely might be looking at an ad on TradingView if we can get a hold off the 21. If not, we have some low resistance liquidity down here on the 1 minute chart. Looks like we are holding below the 9. We got pretty close to VWAP, but not quite. This is going to be, okay, we're out of that closed trade. And we are going to see if we can't go grab that low resistance liquidity. This is not a bot trade. I'm actually turning the bot off because it did not close that last trade out completely. We are now back below point of control. And I have opened a trade here. Looks like the bearish character of the day may hold up, and we are going to continue a little lower. Did come off of VWAP pretty well. Now I'd like to see continuation on this 1 hour candle. That was also pretty much the midline of that 1 hour down candle. So we are still fighting at yesterday's value area low. We have come back below the 5, 9 SMA. And we will be making initial balance low down here. 46,985. Yeah, we're getting that fight at 47,000. Initial balance is going to be 46,985. So if we get back below that after 10:30, then I definitely would be looking for another trade. So I'm going to pull my stop down on this one to a little bit there. And that's about halfway. If I can see a little bit of strength, I'll probably add to this trade. As we did just make an equal low here, I would like to see the 21 and the 9 get back into position. Maybe even go up and touch them and then get a color change off of them with some strength. We're coming up to the 30-minute mark on the 1 hour candle. I would like to see it start turning red for some continuation here. This is a few more trades than I will normally take in a day, for sure. We retested point of control there, retested the 5-minute range. Price is, it's trying to get back into the 5-minute range, but it is having some problems staying up there. So we certainly aren't making any fair value gaps to the upside inside the 5-minute range. We did make one, and it immediately got inverted. That is a good color change off the 9 and the 21. I'm going to add to my trade here. In Ninja, I'm also going to add to my trade in TradingView. And I'm going to keep my stop right up here where it's at. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to pull my stop down to here. That was a pretty good push off those two 1-minute candles. The 1 hour candle has now turned red again. And we did just rebalance that 5-minute gap. I'd like to see us go close below it. A little bit of a pullback here. I'm going to go ahead and add again to the trade, keeping my stop where it's at. We didn't close below that low, but we certainly could get another push here. We've got, a couple more minutes before we make initial balance low. Okay. So if we can get another good push here, I can go ahead and get out of 1 mini, and I am going to go ahead. See, we got 26 seconds left. I don't really want to go below the 9 just yet. I want to see this 1 minute fair value gap made and hold before I start moving my stop down. And yeah, looks like we're not going to get a gap. Well, yes, we did. We got a little bitty gap, and the open of the 1 minute candle just rebalanced the gap. So would definitely like to see a nice little push down here and break that low to get out of one contract. Actually, I may just, let's see if we can get out of this 5-minute fair value gap to the downside first. That is a color change off the area of the 9. So I would like to see another little push down here and break that low. That is a double bottom. I'm not liking how fast that pushed up from that double bottom. I would like to get a nice trade in here. All right. So we did get rid of that 5-minute gap. I'm not exactly liking what I'm seeing here, so I'm gonna take 1 mini off here. If we get a color change to down or another color change, that's a color change. We're gonna go in there. We'll pull our stop down. Just don't like it having to keep fighting. And we are at, okay, so this is the initial balance low that we're fighting with now. I would like to see some strength through it. In fact, until we do, I'm going to pull my stop down to break even. I know, yeah, I know, but I would really like to see us get through initial balance low without losing any money here, and then get confirmation on that move. I'm going to move our target down further. So if we do stay below initial balance low, then we definitely could trend back down a little bit longer. We have broken the 1 hour low. But I need to see a little bit more of a push down before some more consolidation occurs to feel safe with where my stop is at the moment. And if we can get 1 or 2 more candles to the downside, then we can get the 9 below our stop, which is kind of where I would want the SMAs to be before I start moving my stop. So that pretty much brought the 9 SMA down to our stop at break even. Hopefully that holds and we don't lose any of our trades here. Oh, we're starting to get taken out of some of it. Can we get a quick, no, took us out of all of it. Okay. So we're back above initial balance low. I want to watch this real quick and see if we can get back off of initial balance and the 9 before opening more of a trade here. We are still in our trade on TradingView. But this is our initial balance low right here. So that is what we're fighting for, to get below and stay below. I will be pulling my stops down to just barely in profit here. You know, that's below the 21 at the moment, but it is what it is. are coming. We've still got about half an hour, a little more than half an hour there. We are having trouble breaking through the 9. I'm okay with that. Yeah, we did make a little bit of money back off of that trade, taking that one contract off. We are staying below yesterday's value area low. So I am going to go ahead and start another position here. Moving this down. 46.7 is where that 1 hour fair value gap is. We are back below there. I'm going to add one more into the position. That is a color change off the 9. And I'm going to move my stop just above that candle that got me into this trade. And we are moving again below today's value area low, which of course is adjusting. And I'm going to go ahead and get in to 2 minis here, looking for that next push down. We're going to let this trade run, and I will be back shortly. We did see some strength come in. Let's just go to trading view here real quick. So on the 5 minutes, we've been trying to push back above this value area low once yesterday's value area low since we've uh, got below it. But every time we try to push back into it, we've gotten, a pushback down below it to close and stay below it. So I am still bearish on the day. We're back at point of control again. We're back at the 5-minute 9. We could push up to the 5-minute 21 here. Oh, yeah, this one I wanted to move back above the 200, 70.99. Yeah, and that puts us above today's value area high at the 21 on the 5-minute chart. 70.54 is the 21 on the 5-minute, so we can stay 54. We can stay around 64. Okay, yeah, might as well just leave it above the 200. I'm still looking for us to continue downward, okay, because the value area of today's open has been moving down. We started the day up here. This was our value area, and we pushed it down, and we are pushing the value area of today down. And we are starting to get, we got a lot of sell activity here below yesterday's value area low, and yesterday's value area low is now becoming a low volume node, so I'm expecting that to hold. The really lowest volume area node of that is right around 47.18. And I know, there's probably a lot of buying pressure trying to keep price above that 47,000 mark. But that also, it could be creating a lot of liquidity. If we run those stops that are being set just below that area, we could get a really big down push in the market today. So I'm looking for right around 46.7 for the next area. So right now I've got my target for 46.8, and that would be 100, 200 point move from where we're at right now. So I'm going to let this trade roll. Keeping my stop above above VWAP, which is 069 right now. And the 1-minute 200 is just above VWAP, so I've got my stop set above that. We're in 1 minute right now. If we can find some strength here to the downside, and mainly just staying, below initial balance is what I would like to see, which looks like we're going to push down into that area again. The 10:30 candle right here, and the low before that was here, so we are coming back down into initial balance. With this candle here. Okay, that is, oh, I already drew it. Oh, I drew the wrong one, that's why. Okay, this one is not the initial balance low. So we need to take that off the chart. Okay, so I want to see us get below the initial balance and stay there pretty much for the rest of the day. And if we can definitely get the SMAs below there, then that's even better. So I'm going to add to the trade here, all right, and get us into minis. And now I will bring us back down a little bit on the stop loss. We had another color change off of the 9. And with this one, I think I will probably raise our stop loss a bit. I want to see as clear as there's a nice little push. I like that push. I like that push. Keep us below 47,000 at this point would be really nice. We do need to close below initial balance. And just kind of stay there and start moving downward from there. We've got about 15 minutes left on the 1 hour candle. If we are going to continue moving downward, I would like to see that 1 hour candle start moving down to close on a strong note. Okay. We now have closed below the initial balance. And I don't really want to see a big run up from here. We did invert this bullish gap on the way back down here. So I would really like to see us just kind of grind our way from the initial balance low now to the downside. Let's break back above. I'd like to see this candle also close below. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add again to this trade. That was a big sell wick off of the 21 and the 9 with a color change. And it was a color change because that was a green candle that turned red. So that is actually considered a color change there. So I'd like to see a nice little push down here. We'll go ahead and start a small position on this account as well. On the trading view, since we are below the initial balance and we just rejected an attempt to get back above it. I would like to see some lower pricing here. So let's see. We've got, we're now inside the last 15 minutes on the hourly candle. So would certainly like to see that hold up. And get some of our losses back on this account. Don't want to get too greedy, but I would like to see us get into the $1,000 range before I start taking some contracts off. That was a pretty big buy wick on that 1 minute candle, but see if our SMAs can hold up and we can actually start a nice little downtrend again here. And get us into that $1,000 mark to start taking off some profits so we can at least pull back some of our losses for the day. If not, well, it is what it is. That's the way it goes in trading sometimes. You can't control what the market does. So we did make a swing low. It'd be nice to go see us take that swing low out pretty much right away. We've got about 8 minutes left to the close of this 1 hour candle. Certainly would like to see it close strong. Oh, don't do this again. Gapped up. Didn't really want to see a gap up. Alright, we're going to have to bring our stop down a bit because we are in so many contracts. Just above the 21, which is right above the initial balance low of the day. This may take us out of this trade too before going back down again, since we're close to the end of the 1 hour candle. And I'm kind of wanting to close the trade at the end of the 1 hour candle to see what price does if we get a pullback on that 1 hour. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more follow through to get down here before that happened. Doesn't look like it's going to. We've started the pullback off the end of the candle, but I've got 5 more minutes before the candle closes. And we're back in another position to have a higher pullback. So the market's just not giving me the follow through that I want to see. And it's just not doing what I want to see it do. If we can get back to the bottom of this 5-minute candle, which there's your answer, probably won't. So we just bounced off 9 to the upside in the trap zone. You know, if we could do that, then, and that 1-hour candle closes strong near its bottom, and we're not. We just got a bullish son of a bitch. It's just not doing what we need it to do. I mean, that's such a pain in the ass. I mean, we can't get more than 2 candles to the downside on the 5-minute before we're pulling back up again. And I know it's high resistance because we're at that 47,000 mark, but damn it. And if the hourly candle closes above initial balance, then we very well could have an initial balance failure. So I am starting a long here, and I will be putting my stop just below the initial balance. As it looks like we are going to end up closing inside of the last hourly candle. And this hourly candle may actually close green. That is some strong pushes. Upwards at the end of this hourly candle. So let's see where we came off of on a higher time frame here. On the 1-hour chart. Yeah, we got to the bottom of that. This low volume node here. Definitely. Yeah. If we look at the last swing up. These low volume notes. Now we still haven't made it down to the hourly 100. That was this little order block right here, this 1 hour order block right here. We're not doing too good this morning either, but hopefully that'll change. Right. We rebalance that gap, tapped into the breakaway gap, rebalance that wick. Rebalance all of our fair value gaps, and now we're headed back up to the upside. And we're not going to be moving our stop on this one. That could very well just be our manipulation to the downside of this 1 hour range here. And we may very well go back up to the top side of that range, up around 47,220. And if we can get a 200-point move off of 2 minis, then if we get back above the 200 and view up and retest the 200 and show strength off of it, I would definitely be looking for a continuation up to the top side. And this is a very strong push on the 1 minute chart. We do have a very nice fair value gap made on the 5 minute chart here as well. So that gap is down at 967, the bottom of it. So we will pull our stop down 10 points below that. If we do come back and take out that 5 minute gap, then we could very well still be headed to the downside. We do have a 1 hour bearish fair value gap here that we're going to be coming into. So yeah, kind of hoping that that we just get back through that. But we'll have to see what happens at VWAP. that 5 minute gap did close back inside of the first 5 minute range of the day. So let's see what's up. Midline is at 078, which is right around the 1 minute 200. Okay, so we have, we're going to stay inside of initial balance now. We can pretty much expect to run to the initial balance high or further. So my target is up here at the initial balance high of the day. What I will be looking for is a break above VWAP and a break above the 1 minute 200 that retests and holds for an add to the trade. So just have to be patient. this trade work for a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Gonna take a short break, everybody. I will be back. Alrighty. Well, that one didn't work either, huh? Hmm. We're gonna either get our money back here or not.
Wasn't much today because I think it was all from Daddy's socks. Just can't close my fluid. Strong as that push down was, you gotta think there's gotta be continuation there.
been like this for a couple of days. It just won't do what it's supposed to do. Wait. It's just taking people out of the fucking markets. Oh, no, shit. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, be kidding me.
Initial balance doesn't seem to matter.
setups that I've used for a long, long time just have not been working. No, no. Hmm. Come Seriously. Just gonna set the fucking short squeeze. Not a good day for us today, guys. Yes. Breaking up on that damn high volume node. I can serious. Fucking unbelievable. like all these 1-minute wicking candles. I want to see a strong candle. Yeah, that's why. Came back down into that area. This would probably be pretty good support. Come on, gap through the bottom. Show me some strength. Come on. Come on. I really want to see a gap here. I mean, we've gotten back majority of our losses today, locked in, and we're in profit, but I really want to see some 5-minute gaps down here. Actually make a fair value gap here on the 15. Holds, but from the looks of it, where the 21 and everything is, and the 200 still pointing up, this could literally close this 15-minute candle, go right back, rebalance, or go higher. See one break loose, get us down to target today without all this milly messing around. All right, so we just had a rebalance after a fair value gap. Okay, so we should come back and take out that rebalance. Get us down to that 25%. Would be awesome. At 835. Yeah, I mean that's not even close to this fair value gap, but all these damn trades today. Ridiculous. talking about? I do not have 5 freaking indicators on this chart. Ridiculous. Look at that damn Biowig. I'm gonna go right back up to the damn 9 and 21 and stop salads. Damn. Yeah, okay. We did break the 100%. I don't think we got to the negative 27 though. There we go. We hit that one. Remove that one. Okay. Apply. Let's see if this negative 0.27 works. No, it's still putting it down here. Oh, we didn't break 0. That's why. Oh, yeah, we did. Okay. So where was I measuring from? 11:13. I don't even know. Now that's value area low retest. To a full rebalance. But it's not an immediate rebalance. And we'll have to get out of this trade before too long, just because I have got a doctor's appointment to get to. Now, can we break below this low and not make a swing low here? I like the rejection off the value area low. First 15 minutes of the hourly candle is over with. Still haven't been able to get back below the 9 yet. No, fuck this bullshit. I gotta figure out how to get that. There we go. back below the 9, but it's got to hold and take out this last 1 minute low. You get a color change off the 21, which is at 963. Alright, my stop is at 979, so if we're going to go lower, I would expect that to be the indication, not break above it. As I close below the 9, we have a bearish continuation. Let's see if we can go break below that 4-hour high. Come on, give us a big red candle here. I will be right back, folks.
Hey, DJ!
Mm.
least we made money on one account. Oh, we did hit our target down at the 25% DRT. Just above it. So we're up. Oh, we're up $255 on that account, which is not big, but you know what? At least we got it. At least one account made money today. We blew the other ones. Look at that. Holy shit. It went all the way down there. Holy shit, that was a candle. Wow. It went and tagged that damn 1 hour fair value gap and just skyrocketed back up. That was all in a 5-minute candle. Yeah, I think we could take longs from here. Oh, Jesus. Too bad I didn't put my profit target down there at that fair value gap, huh? I said we were probably going to go down there. I just didn't realize we were going to do it in 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. It took us down to get to the rebalance and shoot back up. Holy cow. All right. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. Like, people might look at this day and my accounts and go, well, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing, right? Well, I mean, I said from the beginning of the day I was short bias, and maybe I'm just trading off too low of a time frame, because all day, I mean, we were just, but this huge consolidation area right here is where it kept getting me in trouble, right? Which took care of the other couple accounts. Well, we finally got the push down to what I was looking for, in a manner I really didn't expect. But yeah, that is what it is. Just getting caught up in all of this because we were getting color changes and pushes off of the 5-minute, off of the 1 minute, which are my signals, to either, after a pullback to enter or get out of a trade, right? But we just weren't getting any follow through. And like you look at the downtrends, you know, it was just there wasn't any strength. It would just come back and take out a stop in a heartbeat. No strength, no strength. Pop back up, take the highs. No strength. Sweep the low, go back and take the highs. And that's just the way it's been all morning. And it's tough to trade. It really is. If you the only way to have actually made money today was to catch the first move of the day, right? And just leave your stop loss up there. And let that run all the way down. And we made our strong move, but we never got strong continuation after that. And that's what killed me. You know, um, Blowing those other accounts. Now we finally did, you know, get the strong move that we were looking for, uh, back down to the 25 DRT level. Oh shit, I don't even know what screen I'm on. Um, but yeah, in Ninja, that's what I was showing. Just weak grinding moves, no strength. Weak grinding moves, no strength. And you expect when you get into it, a trade that comes back down, when you break those lows, you actually break them with some strength, but it would just barely break a low, come back, and of course I've moved my stop at that point, and it would come back and take out the stop. I've added to the trade, lowered my average, and pulled my stop down, but it would take me out for the loss. And that's basically what I was doing all day long. And this one probably would have been the best area because we tested VWAP in the 200 once. When we come back up and test it again, get back in that trade and just let it roll, right? Just keep our stop up here and just let this trade roll and let it give us what it can. Because I'm sure by this point we definitely had already gone through the 1 hour fair value gap up here. And we were waiting to get down to this one. So, look at that 1 minute candle. Look at that 1 minute candle. Holy cow. So, that's basically what we ended up looking at. But we did make money on this account. We pushed it up a little bit more, and we'll see what we can do with it. Tomorrow, Tesla earnings will be out this afternoon after the market close. So we'll see what the market does with that tomorrow morning, and we can go from there. The rest of the week, I think we should see some volatility with the earnings reports coming in. So it may make for a little easier trading, a little bit longer trends for us to get into. And yeah, so I'm pretty much gonna end the stream today. I gotta go take care of some things this afternoon, and glad everybody stuck with me. If you're around and you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, throw in a comment. All of that would be greatly appreciated. And that will do it for me today. So just remember, everybody, keep your head up, keep patient, and you will make money. It's not an easy game trying to pass these accounts with the rules they have. Straight to funded would be a whole lot easier. So we may be headed that route here shortly. That way we won't have the pressure of trying to make money to get the evals passed, to get to the stage where we can start making profits that we can get paid on. I am typically a lot more patient in my funded accounts. I do get aggressive in these evals because it's basically a numbers game. You might pass 1 out of 10, and then you run that funded account up and take your payouts, and if you blow it at that point, then you should have made enough money to start the process over again. I think the straight to funded route is a whole lot easier than having to pass an eval and then get your funded account to your profit zones. I think there's just a whole lot less pressure on you that way. But I know they're expensive, so not everybody can do that. All right, stay blessed, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow.
I'm the Sloth Father, the dawn of the futures market. In this game, speed doesn't win the race, patience does. I don't run around chasing every little market twitch like some nervous rookie. That's a sucker's game. I wait. I watch. I'll let the market come to me. Chasing a trade is the fastest way to lose your shirt. I watch others exhaust themselves, making emotional mistakes. I stay calm, cool, and collected, waiting for that one perfect setup, the one that screams opportunity. And when that perfect trade finally reveals itself, when all the stars align just right, that's when I unleash my secret weapon. I activate my Gamma X tools. See, these aren't just some off-the-shelf indicators. I've spent years honing my strategy, and I've configured Gamma X to execute it with flawless precision. It's my personal trading engine, built on my rules, for my style. The system identifies the entry, calculates the risk, and sets the targets. It's a well-oiled machine designed for one purpose: to take what the market offers. The biggest enemy of any trader isn't the market. It's themselves: fear, greed, hope, doubt. These emotions will cloud your judgment and destroy your account. But I don't have that problem. I don't have the emotional baggage of the average trader because I don't need it. Gamma X takes all the emotion out of the process. It's pure logic, pure strategy. There's no second guessing, no panic selling, no revenge trading. The plan is the plan, and the tools executed without hesitation. Win or lose, the process is followed to the letter, every single time. If the trade is a winner, great. If it's a loser, so what? It was a calculated risk based on my proven strategy. We cut the loss and move on to the next opportunity. This is what separates the professionals from the gamblers. The syndicate doesn't chase. We don't hope. We have a system, and we execute. We take what's ours. And today, just like most days, was another profitable one. All thanks to the discipline and precision of Gamma X. If you're tired of the emotional roller coaster and want to trade with the patience and precision of a Don, check out the Gamma X link in the description below. Learn to stop chasing and start taking. And hey, if you found this valuable, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more insights. Thanks for watching.